it a great tragedy and an unforgivable mistake, which Preston reports.
Iran had previously rejected claims it shot down Ukraine International Airlines flight PS752 on Wednesday. Western leaders said the plane had been hit by a missile, claims Iran repeatedly denied. Now, Iran says it was behind the crash and blamed human error. Iran's Foreign Minister Javad Zarif posted his message of condolence to the victims on Twitter. A sad day, he said, offering Iran's profound regrets, apologies and condolences to our people, to the families of all victims and to other affected nations. In a statement released on Saturday, officials said the missile strike had been caused by human error after the plane flew close to a military base. The crash came amid high tensions with the US and days after threats of strikes against Iranian targets following the killing in Iraq of Iran's top military commander. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani said the human error came at a time of crisis caused by US adventurism. Posting on Twitter, he said an investigation had concluded that regrettably missiles were fired and that investigations will continue to identify and prosecute those behind this great tragedy and unforgivable mistake. He added Iran's deep regrets and his sincerest condolences. The plane was hit just after taking off from Tehran airport. All 176 people on board were killed. For days, Iran denied any involvement in the crash.
An aviation authority cannot speculate. We have to be certain of the things we say. The causes we aren't sure of yet, but as I said, that which we can say for certain is that a missile did not strike the plane. But the fire and its causes we need to uncover still.
Amateur footage showing what appeared to be a missile hitting the plane added to the growing speculation. Many of those on board were Canadian. In a press conference, Canada's foreign minister vowed to get answers as to what had happened.
I know families and Canadians have a lot of questions, and I can assure you that we will not rest until we get to the bottom of this. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a national tragedy.
Whilst this admission of responsibility will provide some relief for the victims' families, it's unlikely it'll ease the political tension between Iran and the West. Rich Preston, BBC News.
Well, a little earlier we spoke to Michael Bociurkiw, a global affairs analyst and a former spokesman for the Organisation for Security and Cooperation in Europe, who worked at the crash site of the downed Malaysia Airlines MH17 passenger jet in eastern Ukraine in 2014. We asked him what he made of Iran's admission.
I must say I'm very surprised, but pleasantly surprised. I think the Iranians have done something that the Russians have never brought themselves to do in the crash of MH17, and that is to admit to shooting down that Boeing 777. So I think this was a very good move on the part of the Iranians that it will bring a lot of plaudits to them from Canada and other grieving nations. I think having said that, however, they were probably boxed in, with today's technology, satellite technology, and so on. That airliner, before it crashed, was sending signals to the operator what was happening mechanically. So they probably felt boxed in that they can't hide what happened, and better to come out and admit to it. The really, really good news, I think, from this is that it will open the way to more transparent and really comprehensive investigation, that people can now come in and say, let's find out what happened and how to prevent it from happening again. I mean, there were reports today from foreign correspondents on the ground there that they were actually bulldozing the site, clearing out evidence, and that is the last thing you want to do at a crash site. And I know there were probably relatives of the victims watching, but when you do something like that, bulldoze a site, human remains get destroyed, buried, and so on. But every piece of soil, every piece of human remain, every piece of fuselage has an important piece of evidence in it. So again, I'm glad that they did this, but actions at the end of the day speak louder than words. So let's see what happens. I can tell you by listening to my Prime Minister today and Foreign Minister Trudeau that they are waiting for visas to be issued very urgently so that their 12-member team to run as soon as possible and take part in the investigation.
Now, voting